What's up? Welcome back. I'm John Stark, MacMovieGuy.com, your favorite blind film critic, and today I'm gonna talk about a movie. I'm in the middle of March Madness, and I've been going through my Netflix list and seeing what movies did I like that I hadn't reviewed yet for the channel, and were, I liked enough to watch a second time to put a review on the channel. And I remembered liking The Midnight Sky. So I decided to watch it again. This is directed by George Clooney. It's kind of scored by Alexander Desplat. So cool. I mean, he writes some excellent stuff. So click like and subscribe because we're getting into it. George Clooney stars as a man who is on Earth. He has basically resigned himself. This is in the year 2049. Earth is ending, and people are leaving Earth. And that's right, in like 24 years from now, Earth is going to end. And we're going to be flying off planet, but not George Clooney. He's left behind. And he's living a solitary life, looking kind of scraggly. And there are some astronauts that are looking to return to Earth, and he's trying to warn them because, like, this is not a place to come back to. Like, we're trying to leave, and there are these astronauts, Felicity Jones, David Oyelowo, and Kyle Chandler, who are trying to, like, return. And he's like, no, and he's, like, trying to warn them. So, and help them course correct or turn around or whatever. So we also have to deal with their storyline because they're not really in the same place at the same time. There's also George Clooney. He's obviously dealing with a lot personally. And there's stuff that goes on with his character that I still feel like is a little spoilery that I don't really want to get into because it's kind of what makes the movie interesting. I will say, and this is where I'm going with this and why I'm stopping, and that's the most you're getting from me. Watching this movie a second time, knowing where this movie goes, I actually didn't like it as much. This movie is not a rewatch. This movie is a single watch. So I remember liking The Midnight Sky the first time, and I'm trying to preserve that experience for you by not telling you too much about it, because there are parts of this movie that I remembered liking the first time around, but then when I know what they are the second time around, it's not like there's nothing there to uncover. It's like having a really great meal and then learning how it's made, and you're like, oh, that's how you made it? Never mind, I didn't need to, I'm not hungry anymore. Like, it's like sometimes when you go too much into something, you see how the sausage is made, it kind of backfires on you. So here, the rewatch, it didn't really pull back more layers for me. It just kind of made me realize, oh, that thing that I found interesting the first time is what's interesting about the film. So once you get past that, there really isn't anything else here. I mean, there's some decent acting performances, but let's be honest. I mean, everybody I just listed has been better in something else. So this is not Clooney or Felicity Jones or David Oyelowo or Kyle Chandler's best work. So even as a director, George Clooney has like Good Night and Good Luck. I mean, right off the bat, done. We've already passed this movie. So, and Alexander Desplat, even his scores. I mean, he did Guillermo del Toro's Pinocchio. So that's just off the top of my head. I remember that was one of my favorite scores that year. So, yeah, there's nothing really here to go, oh yeah, this is a great thing. I know it's adapted from a book, and sometimes when you adapt a book into a movie, you end up having to chop things out and material, and you whittle your way down into a less than 2 hour movie. But man, this movie felt like it was more than 2 hours when I was watching it. and that's not good because it was my second time through, and I did like this movie the first time, but I think I liked the surprises, and like sort of like peeling back the onion and being like, ooh, there's another layer. Ooh, look at that. But then you peel back the second onion and you're like, oh, well, I already know what this onion is. you know? So I'm in a conundrum because I now I have to figure out, what am I putting a grade on this? Am I trying to, I don't want to skew it too far down because that's my current thing, but at the same time, I'm saying it's good one time, not two times. So, yeah. The Midnight Sky has some interesting ideas to it. It has a nice score, but it definitely could use a little bit of work in character development in and around this stuff that makes it interesting, a little bit more about who these people are as humans, instead of we just kind of meet them in 2049. And I know that that's part of the thing about the movie, is that you don't know much, and then it needs to be able to tell you. It's one of those confusing things where it's like, well, we have to hold things back so that you can get this thing later. Whatever. Anyway, I don't know. I just, now that I rewatch it, I'm like, it'd be nice, because then you're just more emotionally invested in characters. I don't know. Anyway, The Midnight Sky, trying to balance the past and the present here. My whole thing is to do good, great, or excellent movies. I'm gonna give it a B minus and skew it up a little bit from how I feel about it currently, just because I do remember the whole reason I checked out this movie is because I was like, oh yeah, The Midnight Sky. I like that movie. Let's check it out. Maybe not. So now I'm a little bit more confused, but I'm gonna go with a B minus, and leave it there. So it's not George Clooney's best, but there's interesting stuff for a one time. If you haven't seen it, if you have seen it before, I don't want to inspire you to go back. The audio description on this is not my favorite either. I thought the narrator was really flat. And in a day and age when we have, when we have studios, especially like Netflix, uses AI for a lot of its international content. So, except for its major titles like Squid Game or like All Quiet on the Western Front, those kind of things. But when you have studios that are using, AI synthetic voices to narrate, instead of opting for human voices, we really have to pick and choose who's getting cast in these projects in order to preserve human narration and sell why we're doing human narration. I thought he was very AI adjacent. If I'm being honest, I thought it felt very flat. Like, I actually questioned whether or not it could be AI. And then at the end, there's a credited narrator. So it's just, unfortunately, that's what I was left with, was the idea of, is this AI? Like, I was questioning that throughout the duration of the movie because I didn't remember who narrated it, and it doesn't sound like a voice that I immediately recognized. And it sounded very close to some of the AI voices that they already use. And I hate to say it, but you got to figure out a way how to really break away from that and to be a more dynamic voice performer, because if we can't tell the difference, they're just going to start plugging in AI everywhere. So that's how I felt about that. The writing is fine. The script is written well. I just wasn't a huge fan of the narrator. So, thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing, and I'll see you guys on the other side.